Hello everyone, this is Tim, and this is, I guess, a behind the scenes sort of look. This is what I do a lot these days, doing the bottle feeding my little daughter. This is Bethany, and she isn't as bad as Wesley was, my first child. He was very rambunctious, and guess not. I guess he wasn't rambunctious to take a walk, but he did a lot of crying and screaming, and he made it very difficult to to film videos. And these days, it's more interesting because I have to time my son's nap because he's loud all during the day, and her, and try to squeeze in the videos when I can. So things have been a little bit more interesting on the home front to try to continue to make videos and, just interact with everyone, really. My wife was on maternity leave for a while, so even just watching videos didn't really happen for a while because she's not really a big fan of RPGs or me listening to anything loud on my laptop while she's home. So things are sort of getting back to normal. I guess the new normal. Try to figure out how I'm going to incorporate gaming and be a parent and be a good husband and be productive and find a way to pay all bills, all that sort of stuff. And as a college dropout, I really don't have a lot of avenues to pursue as far as making money goes. So the idea of going back to college has sort of been bouncing around my head. Although I think I'm sort of running out of time if I want to schedule for classes this semester. But yeah, this is just sort of a behind the scenes look, I guess, at what's going on. I've been tinkering on a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons mythology, I guess that'd be the way you could put it, to try to incorporate all the things in the monster manual, the types of creatures. I wanted to come up with gods and domains that kind of have a meaning when you compare them. Like this god has issues with these two gods, and it's not just about the domains. It's the things that they have done to each other, and the gods still remember. So there's things that they're holding grudges about. So I'm sort of writing like a shortened version of the beginning of the Silmarillion that Tolkien did about how the gods interact, the events that transpired before mortals even took their first breath, that sort of thing. And it's been interesting. I've been trying to incorporate Sumerian words for their names to try to make everything sort of sound the same. And I like the idea that names have meaning. In our modern culture, when you hear the name Timothy, you don't really think much about it, but it actually means honoring God. So it has a meaning, but in most modern day, people, we have no idea what like Samantha means, or there's a meaning behind them, but that meaning's been lost. So when I make a setting, I like the idea of the words having meaning, and basing things in language first really is a Tolkien idea. He came up with a setting after he made his languages. So I have that inspiration as well. So I've been sort of tinkering on that. I rolled up those 15 random domains. I did a video a while back when I was tinkering around with the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons domains, and you can find those on my channel if you're interested. So I rolled up some random domains. I wanted each god to have 2 domains, so I came up with 15 gods, and I started writing this document where there's going to be 15 sections. Each of the sections talks about the gods in question. I think I have to change a diaper. This just shows you what I have to deal with here. but uh, but yeah, so I've been tinkering on mythology and the gods and how they relate to one another. What terrible things they've done to each other, and I sort of went down this gruesome path where there was a deity called Dumasang. I'm gonna have to change a big diaper. So Dumasang means the first, and I had this idea that there was one god that was sort of a monstrous, sort of mad deity, and it died giving birth to this egg, and this egg cracked, and out of it emerged 4 gods. And I also had this idea of circles of divinity. So that would be the first circle. So there's four deities, and the next circle has 5 deities, and the next one then has 6. I thought about having the last deity be its own circle, but I sort of like that idea of just to sort of have a little bit of numerology there. You know, 3, 4, or 4, 5, and 6, with the 1 at the beginning, and then the egg. So that's sort of the idea. And a lot of the stories have talked about ripping parts off the gods or using the gods' parts to make mortal creatures and various things. Uh, dragons are made from the heart and the tail of the first, and one of the gods were the ones behind it, sort of tinkering on things and making them. So I'm sure it's just like right now it's in a rough draft format. I'll put a link down below of what I have so far, and if anyone has any thoughts on that, feel free. Yeah. You can hear all the things going on in life around me. It's actually pretty quiet right now. She's actually drinking pretty well. This is the second day I've been home alone with them. My wife just went back to work. So, tinkering on a D&D mythology, and I will unveil that whenever I get it all finished up. And I'll put a link down below. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll support the bottle with my chin. See you guys later.